Trading in the trenches. It's Tuesday, 7:42 in the morning. Usually I like to drop these videos before the market opens on Monday. I had a very busy weekend, so I was not able to do that. But I still wanted to get this video out to you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this as quickly as I possibly can. Unfortunately, some of these names on my watch list have already made moves. But it is what it is. All right, so we got ABT here. ABT on the monthly's got plenty of space, right? Plenty of space between where the price is currently and where 3 ATR is. So for me, that means that it can run. It's got this nice weekly pattern setting up. Price looks good here. We got squeezes, right? And on the daily, it also has this nice little bull flag here. Let me draw this out for you guys. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. All right, this little pattern here that eventually will meet somewhere out here in space, right? And make a little flag. So I like that. All right, this is ADSK Autodesk. It's got space on the monthly to run, plenty of space. All-time highs is right here, so this is good. This thing usually acts as a magnet. The weekly's got room to run, and the daily, unfortunately, the daily's hugging against this 3 ATR, which I don't like too much. But maybe there's a little something forming on the intraday time frames. Not really. All right, so I'm gonna take Autodesk off. AEHR. Monthly's got some space, the weekly's got some space, and the daily's got some space. And this is starting to set up here on the 195, so this is awesome. We got one red dot here. I'd like to catch the price between 23 and 24, but this is a decent one. ALAB, unfortunately, this one went crazy, right? This month, this week. Monday was the day to get in, right at the open, right? This thing went parabolic. But even though that happens on the higher time frames, there tends to be something available on the lower time frames, you see. So currently, we got this 15-minute chart set up. We got some dots coming, some squeezes, right? These red and orange dots, we call them squeezes. And we want to position ourselves when these things are formed to take advantage of a move when they turn green. Like down here, you see they were orange, 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 and then they turn green. I don't know what that menu is. It's pissing me off. All right, so they're right here, orange, 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 then they turn green, momentum comes out blue, and price goes along with it. The point is to position when they're orange or red. That's when volatility is low, that's when premiums are cheap, and then take profits when that happens. So this one, ALAB, has a sled up here on the 15-minute chart, and I'm sure also on the 10-minute chart. So this will be a good day trade or maybe a 2-day trade. Ideally getting in at the 34 EMAs, so between 210 and 214 would be the ideal entry for a day trade or a 2-day trade. By 2-day trade, I mean the trade might happen overnight. APP went ballistico. So this thing went from 489 and opened at 536. What is that? My goodness. It's only a 11% move in the stock, but it was a $56 move. So if you had the option, that would have been lovely. Again, since that thing went up like that, probably gonna just find day trade setups or 2-day trade setups, right? We got squeezes. Got this nice pattern here. Again, right? Very bullish flag. I'm gonna have to get a mouse so I can do these things a little bit easier. But you guys get the point. So I love this setup. Again, I would want to get in between 532 and 540. This is the 34 EMA, this dark blue line. There's the 21 EMA, this light blue line. This white line is the 8 EMA, faster exponential moving average. And of course, the red line is 3 ATR, or the Keltner's channel with the multiplier of 3. So that's APP. Let's see, BL. BD. Monthly's got some space. This thing just made new all-time highs, it looks like. Yep. So last month it made new all-time highs. That's right here. I believe. Yeah, we took out the all-time highs. Monday, August 4th. So a month ago. Cool. Oops. Monday. So this thing is actually setting up on the daily. Price is really far from where I would prefer to get in, so we're gonna zoom in. All right, I like this 130-minute chart. Perfect entry for me will be between 57.28 and 57.85. Right, so price is close to that, so this can make an interesting setup. I got my alert here, right here. When this thing crosses 57.70, which is about the midpoint, I will get an alert. So BLBD's got a nice little setup. What is this? BTSG. This thing went off yesterday. So the weekly's got some space, and the daily is right here at 3 ATR. So we're going to be looking at intraday setups, day trade setups, overnight setups. Same. Want to get in between 25.14 and 25.33. All right, we got our squeezes, we got our setup. Reddit has been a monster. The weekly's got some space. Daily setting up, price pull back to the 8 EMA. If you really, really want to get in, that's a decent spot to get in. I'd prefer to get in between 21 and 34. Let's see. And there's some, look at this. This is a lovely setup. So I'm going to already have one. I'm going to set an alert. I already have an alert. So between 226, 222 on this 195-minute chart. It's about a 4-hour chart. Lovely. TARS. It's got space on the bigger time frames, and it's got a 195-minute setup. Price is actually in the buy zone, right between 21 and 34. So this is a good one to jump into. Alrighty. I got about 5 minutes left. So this is the monthly on FTAI, the weekly, daily. This thing had a nice move yesterday. Let's see if there's any more intraday setups. The lowest I would go for a day trade is a 10-minute chart. I got my alert here already, 164.36, 164.30 something, 164.30 to 165.42 will be the ideal entry on this 10-minute setup. For these 10-minute charts, if you're playing the option, you don't need a lot of time. You can get 1 week of time, 2 weeks of time, max. This thing's gonna play out probably today. Right, and then Hood, I think had a crazy day yesterday. Yeah. So from the close on Friday, this thing closed 15% up. So super awesome move. Basically missed the setup. Let's see if there's something intraday. 15-minute, 10-minute. Nope. So see this green dots down here on the 10-minute and the green dot on the 15-minute, which means that the setup is no longer valid for me. I will only enter positions when there's red or orange dots. So Hood is a bust. And then we got MU. All right, the monthly looks good. Weekly looks good. The daily started firing, so we're going to have to look for intraday setup. So a lot of these names are going to be good for day trades, right? 15-minute chart here. I would get in between 130.53 and 130.130. Dark blue is showing you where the 34 is at. Light blue is showing you where the 21 EMA is at. So I got my alert here at 130.82. Basically a middle ground of these two. Let's look at options for MU and Reddit. I like Reddit. What chart was that on Reddit? Was the 15-minute? No, I think it was the 130. No, 195? Yeah, okay. So the 195 on Reddit and MU was the 15-minute. So for Reddit, 195, we're going to go out a bit of ways. I'm going to go with these October 3rd. So I'd probably go with right here at the money. If this is too expensive, you could do a spread, a vertical debit spread, or put credit spread. What that looks like is you could click here, buy vertical, and then you see the premium drops a lot, right? You're essentially paying a cheaper premium to cap your profit potential. So here, I would try and get in at 250, which is the midpoint. This is a 5 wide. So from 235 to 240 is $5. So paying 250 means you're risking one to make one. Essentially, you're paying 250, and the most you can make on this trade would be 250 as well. So that's what I would do for Reddit. And then MU was a day trade. So I would go with the September 19th strike, and I will go right here at the money, these 133 calls. If that's too expensive, then, you know, maybe I'd go up to these 136 or 135s, but not too far, not too much further from that. All right, guys, I hope this helps. Happy trading.